everyone, this is Tammy at Snowstorm Crafts, and today I want to show you guys how I made a little junk journal from a paper bag. So please, if you could, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and you guys can see my next video when I post it. Like, comment, and share, and let's grow together. Okay, so I made this one out of a little bit bigger bag, and the one today we're going to work on is a bigger bag. Like this, like a grocery size, you know, a brown paper bag. I'll show you. It's just like one of these big ones. And then we're using the bottom part here. So that's what we're going to do today's with, and it's going to be a little bigger. But this is so big, I can't really show you on camera how to fold it down and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and show you with the smaller example. And it's the same concept. Same concept. Okay? But I figured this would be easier to work with just to show you guys how to do the fold. Okay, so this is the journal, and it's the front and back. And this is in my Etsy shop. If you guys want to come check it out, I'll put the link down below. But this is the concept of it, is that you got pages in the front and the back, and a little flap, like that. And then some fun little things to play with, little tags and stuff. On front and back, and on the inside here, some more journaling cards and stuff. So let's get started here. Okay. So what you do is you take your paper bag, you open it up, and then you see the little lines here that go like this. You're just gonna you're gonna want to fold it outwards. And then once you train it, you just kind of follow the line, the little crease there. Okay, and then do the same to the other side, and just do the crease, like that. And I'm just poking the corners with my fingers, and you've got to finagle it here. Make it do what you want. Okay, and then you just kind of pull like that. And then it follows that little triangle. So a little triangle right there. And all brown bags have it. Different sizes, different variations of it, but it does have a triangle. So you're just going to want to kind of follow this line, fold it down, and then just do a little pull like that. Yeah. And then you want it to point. Keeps wanting to pucker, but you just kind of work with it. This is the trickiest part. It's just getting it to do what you want. So there we go. All right. Okay, and then you want it to just lay flat. And I don't know why that's not cooperating, but it usually will poke out. Because I'm on camera, you know how it goes. It's like, oh, Tammy, you're on camera, huh? All right. Well, I'm not going to do it right. There we go. Ta-da! Okay, so you got it all folded down. That size like that. Make sure you guys can see what I'm doing here. So you just took it, folded down the sides, and just kind of did a pull, and it'll lay flat like that. Okay. Then you take your scissors. And the reason you don't just cut it out and just follow it is because this will happen. And I did it just to see, and it won't work because you got it like this, right? And then I cut it too short here. And what I want to do is fold it and have the smooth side. So see, if I would have cut it like right here, it would have like a, you know, I want it all the way flush up here. So I want to cut it around and follow this. So then that's flush. Where this one, I cut the bag too short and you want it all the way up. If that makes sense. That's the bottom of the bag. And then that's the bottom of the bag. And you want to cut here all the way over. Okay? So that's my mistake, and I like showing you guys mistakes because then you guys don't have to make them. I make them for you. Okay? Which I don't mind. So then you're just going to go ahead and cut around. And it doesn't matter even if you accidentally cut your bag open a little bit. We're going to sew around it. So no big work. Or you can glue it. Anything I'm sewing today, you can glue. So it's you know, versatile for sure. Okay, done with both of those. Get that out of the way. So then you have this. And what you're going to want to do is this is going to be the inside. Okay? And what I realized, this is the one we're going to do, but what I realized, because we're going to, this is the inside, so you're going to fold it like this. Okay? You're going to take it, this would be a cute little mini journal. So this is just a lunch bag size. Okay, so you're just going to fold it, line it up, and then these are going to be your flaps. All right. So once you get this down, it's really not too bad. Okay, so those are your flaps. Your flaps. So that's what I did. And then there's a pocket in the middle here, okay? And then this is important because I figured it out after the fact, but I fixed this one, is you got your pocket. So that's a mini version of it. So we'll just work with the big one here. You got your pocket. And then when you go to slide in your stuff, you're going to get caught if these are open. Well, this one's actually pretty glued down, but some of them, they won't be as glued, and when you go to do it, it'll get caught and try to get caught in those. So just glue them down. Just any little flaps, you know, because this is going to be the top of the pockets where you're putting stuff. So any of these flaps that you think might get in your way, this one's glued pretty good. You're just going to want to take some, you know, I got, you know, any glue would work, but I got art glitter glue that I use. I got some Fabrifix, so you'll see me using that. And then art glitter glue, and my Fabrifix I put in just a piping bottle here, just like an icing piping bottle with a fine tip. So those are great glues. Okay, so we got this far. And then our next move is going to be to think along with you guys here, because I've made one of these. So then I'll look at it along the way with you. Okay, so what I'm gonna wanna do is, let's go ahead. I got everything pre-cut just to make this video not so long. And I did use paper on these, but I'm gonna incorporate fabric today and some pretty papers. So it's gonna be, but anything I'm doing with paper, or I mean with fabric, you can glue with paper. You don't have to sew. So that being said, this is gonna be the front flap. Okay. So I just thought that was really pretty fun material. So what I'm gonna do is you got your front flap here. And I'm going to take it over to my sewing machine, and just like this one, I'm just going to zigzag, and I'm going to catch the edge, which meaning you want it to go over your edge and flip over. So then it closes the seal, closes this flap. So this won't be hanging open like that. So you just want to kind of, you know, zigzag around, and I'll show you guys. I'll take you over to the sewing machine. And let's just start with this flap. That's going to be the front flap, and then this one is going to be the back flap. Okay. So let's get our flaps going, and we'll do our flaps, open it up, and then I'm going to want to sew just on this side. We'll do a zigzag stitch, catch the edges, and just sew the one side, because that's going to be where our signature here, this is our signature. I'll show you guys that we just wrapped around it. So it's a signature that we took and we wrapped it around, and then we're going to have to open this up and have something to sew it to. If you get what I'm saying here, I'll show you guys. I'd show you guys along the way too, but if it's sewn here, so when you take your needle, you're gonna kind of have to, that's the hard part too, is you gotta finagle it and open it like this. But you take your needle and we'll do a pamphlet, 3 pamphlet binding stitch. And it's not too bad, but we're gonna need it to hook to something. Like if we did it like this, it wouldn't hook to anything. So we're gonna sew it, and then we'll have the sewing part to have it go to. So I'll show you guys. Oh my goodness. It's just easier to show you guys than to talk about it. So let's move to the sewing machine. It's really not that hard, I promise. Here, the sewing machine. And we're gonna just go ahead. And these are gonna be the outside flaps. So we're starting on the outside flaps. Okay. And if you want, just to line it up, you can tack it down with some just some little clips. Just some little clippy clips here, or whatever you want to use, but clips probably work the best. Okay. So I'm just lining it where I want it. Clip it on, and then I'm just gonna take it and, wow, I just keep dropping things today. One of those days, you know. Okay, and I'm gonna open it all the way up, just so I don't sew anything I'm not supposed to. Okay, and then I'm just gonna line her up, and I'm gonna make sure when I line it up to have it so when it zigzags, the needle's going to go outside of the material and then in on it, and then on the outside and then on it, and so you just kind of catch the edges here. So I'll go ahead and do that. Just make sure you're lined up where you want it, because that's where it's going to be. So do a back stitch at the beginning. And then I'm just gonna zigzag all the way around and down at the bottom here, and then all the way back up. All right, so I got both the flaps sewn on, and what I'm going to want to do is line it up the way that you want the binding to be. So whatever side you want your book to open, you know, where it to be bound together, is the side we're just going to sew just one side down the side. And then I'll show you guys a better view when we get to the table over there. So I'm just going to make sure I'm not sewing my flaps down. And you want to just, and we're going to zigzag it. Okay. I'll go ahead and do a back stitch. Top, and then that's it. So we got our flaps here. This is the front flap. It's the back flap. And then we just held it up, opened it up like that, and I just turned it this way and ran and caught the edge on my sewing machine. Now, if you do not have a sewing machine, you don't want to sew it, you can hand sew it, which, if you wanted to do that, but I'm guessing if you took some glue and some good glue and just glued this down, or this would work great too, is take a piece of cloth, like a piece of material, and just put the material on the outside here. See, that would work too. And then just glue it down, you know, fit it to size and glue it down. And then you'll have something, it just needs something to bind to, like to bite into, you know, to hold into there. So you could even take it and go through the side of the bag and kind of, just to make sure, I mean, however you can think about it. But I think sewing it, because it's going to catch, you know, it's going to hold on to the sewing parts. But that's a good idea too. I mean, we can even reinforce it and do you know, a piece of cloth there too, or washi tape. Washi tape's a good idea. You can washi tape it. It just needs something to hold on to. And I'm more of a visual learner too, so I mean, and I know some of you out there are too, but I will show you. So it'll be shown. So I will show you how to do it, because it just, we gotta be able to open it up here and just kind of bind it this way. So that's the only tricky really part to it. So we got this far. Okay. And then now we're going to make sure you can see here. Okay. And I got my inside flaps. I labeled everything, so make this easy. And I've already inked everything with Vintage Photo is what I used, the Distressed Oxide. And I inked all around and did just, you know, around the bag and around the stuff I'm going to, you know, glue. Like this one, I'm going to glue the paper on. So let's just line her up how we want it. And then this will be glued in. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use my Fabrifix. I like switching it up. Okay. So I hope you guys are having a crafty day today and getting out your paper bags and looking at them differently and going, oh, okay, all right, I can do that. And this isn't, you know, super difficult. It's just doing the steps, you know. Once you get the steps down on it, not too shabby. Okay, so I'm just gluing that where I want it. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same to the other side. Okay, so we're having another rainy day here in Oregon. And it's warm though. I don't know, we're getting like a tropical, it's like in the 50s or something, Fahrenheit. I'm like, all right, I'll take it. I mean, that's, you know, a nice warm rain. So we don't have to blast our heaters as much, so that's kind of nice. Because we are definitely wet and damp here. Okay, so we got that outsides. We got the insides. All right. And the next thing I want to do, we could just keep on going with this. We'll finish this all up. Is, let's see. I think I'm gonna just, this is gonna be the front. So that's my front. This will be the front inside. And this is, my mom is a quilter. And she sent me a bunch of just pieces that she's sewn together that she was going to use in a project but decided not to. And it all just, it coincides. It goes together really nicely. So I'm like, well, I will definitely use this on a junk journal. So why not? And this will be in my Etsy shop. And this is just, you know, I mean, this is high-end fabric. Like, she doesn't like shop at Walmart and get fabric. She gets the good fabric. So this is like high-end quilters fabric that she does, and she's very skilled at what she does. So I figured, hey, I'll put it into a junk journal and make a, you know, a pretty cool little cover and stuff. So we got that far. And even, yeah, I'm gonna glue this because we're gonna go ahead and glue it down, and I'm gonna leave the top open so we can do a little pocket right here. Because why not? Why not? Why are we messing around, you know? So I'm just going to go ahead and glue the edges here. And you guys can do whatever you want, however you want it. And then eventually we'll wind up sewing the edges together on the sides like that when we're all done. But I'll just take my Fabrifix. And this does a good job with fabric to paper. Just line it up. Easier said than done, right? Don't make it too big of a mess. Okay. I think I got it. I think I got it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and flip it and do the same to the other side. All right, so that's the back with a cute little fox. It goes like that. So I wanted to show you guys, if you think that you have some thread that might unravel or anything, this is a little tip and trick. You can just take whatever glue and just kind of dab it where you think it's gonna start raveling, and just kind of dabble it and just blot it down like that, and then you'll be good. It shouldn't go anywhere once you secure it. But if you know, forget to do a front and back stitch at each time you start and time you stop, just to make sure you just blot a little glue there, and it shouldn't unravel. There we go. And then we got some fun, here, let's try this one, it might be more dry. Got fun little pockets, which you can do, we're gonna do journaling cards in like that. Make sure that shuts, okay. So those are cool. And that's what I did, I just cut out, and you can go this way with it, but that's pretty deep. It's a pretty deep pocket, so I think I'll just go like that with it. And I'll stick some journaling cards in it. It's just some blank, just some pretty, you know, 6x6 cardstock, and then I inked around it. So that's a fun little pocket there. And then same thing here. So, I don't want to, I'm trying to make it so it's a little more deeper here. So like if you could just do this, use your bone folder, and I just glued too much down here, so I'm kind of opening it up a little bit. Just lightly, don't poke too hard, it'll poke all the way through. There we go. Okay. And then make it a little bit deeper. There we go. And then we'll stick our little journaling cards in there. Okay, so we got that and that. And now, this is as far as we're gonna go on this for now. And what I wanna do is, what I did was took part of the bag, just part of the paper bag, and I made it to a size that I was wanting to go ahead and have it wrap around like this. So that's what this is doing. Because it's just going to go ahead and wrap around it like that. Okay. So this is going to go like this. And you want to make sure you can close the flaps, so you don't want it too tall. So, you know, a millimeter top, millimeter bottom-ish, centimeter, somewhere around there, however you want to do it. And then if you can see, I marked front and back just to know how I want it and which way. And I just put an F and then a B just to know which way I want to put it and how I want it to be. So that's how I want it. And it'll fold down. Okay. And then next, what we're gonna do is take, because this is gonna secure it too, is we're gonna take some material, like we did this one, from the back of this one, like that. And we're just gonna, just the cover. Don't do the signature, or don't put your papers in it and then sew it. Just the cover that you're gonna use. We're gonna lay it down and zigzag on each side here, just to double secure for the binding, or yeah, for the binding. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna line this up where I want it, cut it, maybe do a little glue down on it to line it up, and then just zigzag on each side. So got it sewn, and I just did it on each side just to secure it, and then folded it like that. Okay, and then that's all I did. And then just go ahead and cut off any strings you don't want. Okay, now let's go ahead and decorate. And then I know this is my front, and I got it organized over here. So my front. So what I'm doing is, and even if it goes over the top like that, I don't mind it. But I could cut it to, I've measured it, not forgetting about the middle part here. So what I could do is just cut it to size here. So just line her up. And then I just take my little pencil or something, put it where I want it. And then I'm just giving a little bit of space around just to show the bag because I think it looks nice. Okay. And then just doing a little where I want it. And then I take, because I can never cut a straight line, so this thing comes in so handy. And then I lose my pencil mark every time. There it is. There it is. And then just go ahead and cut it where you want it. It is a brand new blade I just bought for this, and I don't know why it keeps doing that and kind of giving it rough edges. I don't know why it's doing that to me. Okay, so I'll keep that out because I'll have to do the same thing to the back. And don't forget to ink. Well, I mean, you don't have to, but I like the look of it. I think it kind of gives it just a nice vintagey feel to it, you know, and frames everything nicely. Okay, and there we go. And then we could show our zigzags in our little thing here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and glue that down and do the same thing for the back page cover here. And I'll just, you know, cut it to size, and I'll do that in a time lapse. Done, and remember to put a pocket up top. Like, don't glue the top part. So this is because this is the front, like I showed you guys here. It's the front of the booklet, and we have a little just tag in the front. So don't glue that part unless you want to. I mean, either way, you don't have to have it a pocket, but so there we go. And then we'll just leave it like that. You get a fun little pocket. So now, what I didn't do on this one, I just went ahead and just put the bulb pin through the fabric right through here. I just kind of pinned it through, which it'll stay, it'll be fine. But I pinned it through there, and what I want to do on this one is just put a fun little eyelet right here that we can do our little dangle. And this is the dangle, and it's a little bulb pin with a little charm on it that says love, and I just put beads on it and stuff, so when you open it, the beads won't fall off. And then I just put some fun little eyelash, you know, yarn, and just some fun little decorative flowers and some ribbon and stuff. And then we'll just have that on there at the end of it. So I think that would turn out really cute. Okay, so let's go ahead and put an eyelet on it. I think in this color. I do have gold, but I don't know. I do have green. You know, the decisions we have to make. I kind of like the pinkish, purplish color here. I have yellow. I know, you get too many decisions sometimes. Well, let's see. Pink, purplish. It kind of matches and then it matches some of the cards here when you pull it out. Okay. All right, decided. Sometimes you just gotta do it. Just do it. Don't overthink it. Drive yourself nuts. Okay. Because it's going to look beautiful no matter what you do. And there is no wrong way to do art that's from your heart, that's from your soul, from all those places of feeling good. There is no wrong way to make stuff, you know? There really isn't. So you got a 3/16 hole punch, and then you got a 1/8, and this is a crocodile, C-R-O-P, and I got it on Amazon. And this is the eyelet setter on the end. So what we're going to do is the 3/16, and I'm just going to pop it down. Yep. Got some of my old stuff in there. Some cardboard, or some paper bag probably. Come on. There we go. And then you're just going to find where you want it. And right in the middle. I just do it right on the crease. And then pop a hole. And for some reason with the fabric, it doesn't like to go through it too good. So I just take my fabric scissors and kind of snip the rest of it off. Okay? And then we're going to pop our eyelet through. So I use this all the time. I love it. Love it. I do it all the time. It's just so much fun to play with and to put, you know, little eyelets everywhere. So you're going to take your pokey part and stick it through the top. And then the flat disc on the bottom flattens the bottom of it. So I'm just going to stick that in and do a quick squeeze here. Okay. And then there you go. And then now we have, I'm only going to put it on right now for a second because it'll get in our way when we're binding. So we'll put it on at the end, but I just want to show you guys because it's so much fun. Too much fun. So there we go. And you got yourself a little dangle. A little dangle dangle. Okay. And then these bulb pins. I mean, here, I'll show you guys. I got a bunch of these on Amazon too. And I just looked up bulb pins. And I mean, my goodness, they give you everything in the rainbow here. You get safety pins and, you know, all the bulb just shaped pins, and they have different kits and they change them up all the time. So just go on and just, you know, go on Amazon and type in bulb, B-U-L-B, because they look like a light bulb, pins, and you'll come up with a kit. They'll have different kind of kits maybe you can get and stuff, and they're really inexpensive, and they're fun to do with some dangles. I'll have to do a video. If you guys are interested, let me know down below. I'll show you guys how I add the beads on and then add everything for it to just clip on like that. Okay. Now, we decorated. This is moving along. So you take your signatures. Are we at this point? I think we are. I think we're at the point of binding. Yeah. Because we did all that. We decorated all that. And then I'll show you guys how to do this at the end to put on the lace and stuff. And yeah, I don't know if did I forget to do that? I'll have to cut out some cards then and put some little journaling cards up top. And I'll show you guys how to do that. Okay, so for now, let's go ahead and just get your signature together. And I incorporated some of the paper bag throughout because I think it's fun to have it in there for, you know, to journal on and stuff. And I just went through and inked everything. And I think I have 13 pages in here. I'm pretty sure. But I'll let you guys know the details because this will be in my Etsy, and I'll let you guys know. And then just some fun word puzzle stuff just to throw in here. Okay. So what we're going to do is just put this together how you want it. We're going to bring it over here. We're going to line it up. Okay. So line it up how you want it. All right, I think I got it now. So if you do decide to cut, and I think it's because I went ahead and put the eyelet in here, so it made this part shorter because it kind of pulled back. So I should have thought of that before, but that's okay. And I just went ahead and cut it. And if you do cut it after you ink, go ahead and make sure to ink again, or you're just gonna look like you have fresh cut papers. So you wanna make sure you get an ink just to make it, I mean, if you are inked already, because you wanna make it look, look antique-y, if that's a word, antique-ish. Okay. Ah, going nuts here. Throwing things around. Getting too crafty. Okay. Oh my gosh, why does it want to stick to it? I don't know why it's sticking to it. Okay, so I'm just whacking it in there. Make sure it's where I want it. Now, let's do this. Fold is like, I like to line it up with the, like the fold in the middle of the eyelet. You know, isn't a bad idea. Okay. And then we're just gonna stick it here. Now we're doing it. So go ahead and just fold down the flaps, and then I'm taking paper clips, and then just kind of, I'm gonna paper clip it in place so it doesn't slide around on us. And then just like that, I'm just paper clipping the flaps down because we're gonna have to open it up and get in there. But this is like a crochet cord, is what they call it. Let's see. And you guys can measure all you want if you want to, but I'm just going to kind of eyeball where I want it. And 1, 2, you do it 3 times the size. A little extra for good measure. And then you could take your little poker and you want to just get in there. So you're just going to want to open it up. Okay. And you can see the threads. You can see the, make sure you guys can see that. But you can see the stitching on the inside here. So that's what's going to help secure the little booklet when you bind it. Okay. So we're just going to make sure you got it where you want it. And then you can always see where it's gonna, I guess I can sit down here. You're gonna see where it pokes, where it starts to poke out. And then just, if you don't like it there, just kind of move it a little bit. And then you can see, just give it a little bit of, so that's where it's gonna come out, is right here. So then you eyeball it and go, yep, that's about where I want it. So just give it a good poke through, okay? And then I'm gonna go down towards the bottom here. And just about an inch, ½ inch. Yep, there we go, that's where that's going. So it's about a ½ inch, or yeah, from the bottom. And then from the eyelet here, I'm gonna kind of wanna just see where you're going with it. And then just pop it through, like that. Okay. And then get your big fat needle. I just use a big old, I just use a pointy needle, but you can do a darning one that has the blunt edge. But I've always just used needles, so I'm just gonna needle it up here. And then hopefully you find your same hole. Let's see. This could be the tricky part, is, but you know what? If it wasn't a challenge, it wouldn't be fun. So you just find it, leave your tail, leave a good tail in there, and then you're gonna go down through the bottom. There we go. If you see, I don't know if you guys can see in there, but just kind of get it through, like that. Okay. And then here we go. Make sure you got your tail still inside. And then you're going to want to find the hole that you did up top. And just kind of, because you can't really see on the inside here where you made the hole. So there we go. Just get it as close as you can. There we go. And then let's go ahead and pop it right back through the middle. And this is a 3-hole pamphlet stitch that we are trying to attempt here, but I just thought it was so much fun to use up paper bags, you know? And this is the only way I could think of doing this, and it was just kind of fun, you know? There we go. Just get it through. Use the table if you need to. And grab out your little needle nose, and then you can pop it through like that. This is a little tip and trick. Okay. So we did it. Whew. And then you just look to see if you have it where you want it. Everything's good. Okay. So it's a little trickier because you have to, you know, get in there, but you can do it. It can be done. I promise. There we go. So just tie, I do a triple knot just to make sure it's secure, because this is going to be inside where you can't get to it once we're all done, you know. So don't pull too tight. So what I'm going to do is take my Fabrifix here and just glue a bunch in there, and then it ain't going nowhere. I'm just going to glue all the way down the whole thing, because that will secure it to just stay in there forever. Because why are we messing around? There we go. There we go. And then go ahead and take off your paper clips. So now let's see what we did here. You got your pages in. I think they look pretty good. We were bound and determined. That's for sure. So there we go. And then we already got this stitched over here, so when we just, I'm gonna make sure the booklet's not in the way, and you fold it back out of the way, and we're just gonna stitch down here and along the bottom. So start at the bottom over here, and then stitch your way around and up, just like that. So I think it turned out pretty darn cute. I mean, considering here. So I can also take it, if I'm not liking how that's looking, is I can always take it and cut it down. Or I'll just move it. Just finagle it however you want, but there we go. So that's how you get your little booklet on there. Just like that. And yes, I think that's the next thing I'm going to do is take you guys to the sewing machine and just move your booklet back here like this, and then we'll just sew at the bottom and sew it up to the top, and then double stitch, or double stitch, back stitch at the here, and then back stitch up here. So yeah, let's go meet up over there and we'll do it. Got these at the top here. Right, this is the front. So I got these at the top. Just some little journaling cards up here. Do some writing on. Some journaling. So I got those. And they go in the big pocket here. Okay. And it's just fun to have them sticking out the top. Okay, and then I added some little, the same thing on top of these, the same lace. Just to do a little matchy match throughout, and same on this one. Okay, and now what we're gonna do is put our eyelets in, and then we'll tie it together and put on our dangle and get that done. And then I will finish the inside and get it all decorated and do a flip through probably tomorrow for you guys so you can see. And then I'll have it in my Etsy shop. And even if you guys aren't interested in purchasing at my Etsy shop, it helps me out a lot if you guys just came and checked out Snowstorm Crafts. The link will be down below just to push, you know, favorite or like, or just, you know, help support me. It helps me a lot. And just a favorite and stuff. I really appreciate it too. So what I'm doing is just kind of lining it up here, doing 3/16 punch. And then we'll stick with the same theme of the little purple eyelet here. Okay, so 3/16. Okay. And we're just getting to the end here. Just pop this one in there. There we go. And just make sure you push it all the way down. Do the other side. A tight fit. There we go. And then you just make sure you get all the material down beside it in the paper bag. Okay, and then we're just going to flatten it. Just flatten it. And do the same thing on this side. Okay, flatten it. And then we just take it. We'll do the front first. And what I do is just take my lace. How long is this? I'm probably going to wind up cutting it, but this one's 24 inches. So I just fold it in half, like that. And then we're going to just pop it through. Make a little hole. Throw this through it like that. And then just pull. And there you go, and it turns out really cute. Okay, so we'll do the same thing to this side. And fold it in half. Grab the middle. Poke it through. Go. And just pop this through and pull. All right. And then I like to just tie it into a knot down here. Doesn't need to be in a bow or anything. So there we go. This one's almost big enough to do a little bow, but I kind of like the knot look. Just kind of, you know, like that. Just one little, not a, you know, a double knot or anything. Just enough to secure it. It's not going anywhere. Okay, and then I don't think I need it this long, so I'm just going to kind of, at an angle, just do a little. So I did one, so now let's measure it up to the other one. Sure how one got shorter or longer than the others. Okay. So you really just need enough just to tie it into a knot like that. Oh, that's the back of it, but it doesn't matter. Do it however you want to. You can do it straight up the bottom like that. So there you go. So we've got that, and then keep all these little extra pieces. They come in great for tab parts at the top or to decorate, which I'll probably wind up doing is putting some on the side, you know, maybe going up this way on the page, but that'll be my decoration part, and then I will show you guys a flip through of it for sure. But let's put the dangle on, and I think we're at the end of it here. Let's see this. Just go through and hook it like that, and then you got your little beads showing and your little love charm thing and all the little dangles coming down. So I think that tied together really nicely, and I hope you guys found this informational. And if you have any questions, please just let me know down below, and I'll try to help you out as much as I can. And yeah, so this is it. And I won't put it in my Etsy shop yet. I will get it decorated, the pages on the inside, and just do some fun, kind of like I did here, just some fun little ephemera added and some pockets and some stenciling. And then I will do a flip through for you guys on this one at the end of it, and I'll probably put it on tomorrow or Monday at the latest. And yeah, I'll get that one done. And this one is in my Etsy shop if you guys want to come check it out. And it's a one of a kind, so even if you come favorite, that helps me. Just push a favorite, and it helps get it out there and support me. So please, if you could, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, and you guys can see my next video when I post it. Like, comment, and share, and let's grow together. And keep on crafting, guys. And have a great day.